love that song. Keep it going. Keep it going. Oh, no? Forget it. Production sucks. I take that back. How you guys doing? Awesome. Thanks for coming, guys. It's cold out there. Let's get this thing started, huh? Questions?
Oh, God. Hey, how you doing, champ?
What's up, brother?
First off, it's an honor seeing you. I've met you a couple times, throughout your career. So it's fitting, seeing you here again. This being where you won the belt and all.
Oh yeah.
So
Thanks.
I have two quick questions. My first question is, since you know Chael a little more personally, only because you coached against him on Tough. What are your thoughts on him this season versus Vanderlei and the incidents that have happened?
What's happened so far?
With the altercation they got into?
I didn't hear about it. What happened?
Okay, so I'm hearing, there's no specifics yet, but besides, all I know is that Chael got sucker punched by one of Vanderlei's coaches.
Oh, wow.
So, that's pretty much.
I'm surprised he had the cojones to go down to Brazil after all the things he said. He's a bad man. But I respect Chael a lot. I think he's a great guy. A lot of the things he does and the things he says is for show. It's the reason why he's one of the top pay-per-view draws in our sport. And I feel bad that he's actually starting to get attacked physically because of some of the things he said. But you made the bed, you got to lay in it, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
My second question is, in the absence of Anderson and GSP, at this point, do you see anybody besides yourself really holding that title for a lengthy term?
Ronda Rousey. I mean, she's a phenomenal athlete, and she's not always the most liked, but the way she's performing, she seems like she's only getting better, and I can see her holding that belt for quite a while.
All right, thank you, boss.
All right, thank you. My man.
Hey John, Max from Boston. How you doing today?
What's up, Maximus?
First of all, congratulations for the record light heavyweight division title defenses.
Thank you so much.
With that being said, a lot of people are saying that you're pretty close to clearing out the division. If you beat Glover Teixeira, are there any other goals in the light heavyweight division that you see, or do you think about going back, maybe going up to heavyweight and competing in that division?
I think I have a lot of work to do in the light heavyweight division still. My goals are to beat Glover Teixeira, beat Gustafsson in our rematch, and then beat DC. And however it plays out, that's a hectic schedule. Those three guys are on the prowl. So I got a lot of work to do to stay where I'm at for sure, but I embrace it. And that's the name of the game.
Is Gustafsson up next after Teixeira if you beat him, or is there someone else you'd rather?
I would imagine that's what the fans want to see.
Absolutely.
So that's what we'll do. Oh yeah, you guys are quiet in here. Jeez, yeah, let's go. All right, who's next?
John, Alex from Brooklyn, nice to meet you, big fan.
Thank you, brother.
Have you ever considered taking a protege, an understudy from maybe another fighter from New York? Someone with similar proportions to you?
No, I've never thought of that. I try to focus on my own career, and then when I get a little older, I think I'll get into coaching and try to be a little bit more of a mentor. But I got to do the Ultimate Fighter show, gave a lot to those guys. That was awesome. And mainly all the guys that train at Jackson's MMA, they get everything from me. Everything that I know is theirs as well, and I guess those guys are my prodigy.
And second question, up to this point, what would you say is your biggest feat to yourself, like that you completed?
Biggest feat? I don't know, man. I don't think I have one right now that I can think of.
You had at least a handful you can mention.
Some beats?
Yeah.
Everything happens for a reason, I believe, and it makes you who you are today, it makes you stronger, it makes you grow. And, I've done some things that I probably shouldn't have, but I can't regret them all, It's who I am today, and pretty happy.
All right, thanks a lot, John.
All right.
Good luck, man.
What's up, man?
Well, sir, name Raymond Johns, from Jersey. Like, one question, like, back in 2012, when you beat the Smackers out of Mauricio Shogun Rua.
Beat the what out of them?
Yeah.
The Smackers?
The Smackers.
I've never heard that one. I like that one. I'm gonna beat the Smackers out of you. All right.
Yeah, how was your emotional feeling when you won the world title?
Oh, dude, it was gnarly. It was a crazy, crazy day, man. I still remember to this day watching Mauricio Shogun and his brothers corner this very door here, and Ninja Hua was holding the belt up over Shogun's head. And at that moment, when I saw that belt, it reminded me why I was standing in the octagon, what I was working for, and what my goal was. And I made up my mind at that moment, when I saw that belt on that monitor, that I was not going to go home without it. And it's one of those moments you never forget.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I feel good.
And my second question, like, I would really like to see, like, if you could point out your actual wingspan.
Well, it's 84.5, and that's it, baby, right here. Oh yeah, I think it may be a little shorter since Belfort tried to break my arm. I can't quite straighten this one out the way it used to, but we'll improvise and keep going. Nice to meet you, Ren. It doesn't straighten out quite as much as it used to, no. But it feels good. I can still punch you with it. I'm talking to both of you. I'll beat the smackers out of you. What's up, buddy?
Hey, champ, how you doing?
Doing good.
Listen, I know you're from upstate New York, and both your brothers ended up going to Syracuse,
Yep.
state local. So I'm wondering if you could talk about how you ended up at Iowa Central and how it all came to be.
Yeah, Arthur and Chandler, it was really clear that they were going to be football standouts. You know, they were always guys who were like the team captains. I was on like the third string. So I knew I was going to have to put my eggs into wrestling, and that's what I did. So I ended up going to Iowa Central, which is a really great community college for wrestlers, and we won a national title that year, and yeah, it's just what I was meant to do.
Just as a follow-up, do you feel like getting away from home, maybe for college, helped you grow a little bit more than staying local would have?
Yeah, it definitely helped me become an individual. You know, I learned to live out in Iowa for 2 years, and you know, I met a lot of interesting people who loved MMA, and they planted the ideal into my head to become an MMA fighter. So I'm really grateful that I went to Iowa.
Great.
Hey John, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
Very good, thank you. My name's Kyle, and I was just wondering 2 questions. First, I know it's kind of a tradition for you to do the cartwheel when you enter the octagon. Is there a story behind that at all?
No, not at all. Actually, there's a small story. Arthur used to do it, my older brother. Before every wrestling match, he would go out there and do a big cartwheel.
Yeah.
And I kind of stole it from him. I'm a swagger jacker, I guess.
I'm trying to do it too, but
I want to do
it's not
the no-handed cartwheel, but I'm too much of a wuss to try practicing it, so I'll stick with the one hand.
And then second question, what are your biggest takeaways from 2013?
2013, yeah, I learned a lot about the year. You know, it was a great year. It was just a great year. You know, I learned a lot about myself. That last fight I had with Gustafson taught me a lot about myself as an athlete and as a man, and it was just a great year. You know, they say it's the heart that makes you great, and that was a really tough year, and I'm still here.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey John, how you doing?
What's up, brother?
Congrats on getting the fight down in Baltimore.
Yeah, I'm
And,
stoked about it.
I'm gonna definitely make the drive down there. And with every fight, there's always pressure. Being in Authorstown now down in Baltimore, do you feel any added pressure to perform down there in your brother's town?
No, I have no pressure. I think it's going to be a great experience, a great opportunity for me and Arthur to do some cross marketing and things like that. And yeah, I feel a lot of love whenever I go to Ravens games and Patriots games and stuff like that. So I think I'll feel right at home, and I'm excited.
Awesome, can't wait.
Maybe I won't get booed this time.
And second question.
There's that production again. Guys back there.
Hello?
Dude, they're gonna hate me when I go back there. I'm just gonna leave that way.
And second question, with your wrestling background, do you feel, you know, the younger generations now have an outlet into MMA bigger than it's ever been? Because usually in the past, wrestlers had an outlet to college and the Olympics, and with mixed martial arts, it's getting so big now.
Yeah.
Do you feel that the added benefit now for younger generations is now mixed martial arts?
Yeah, definitely. You know, to be a wrestler, and to, you know, before we could only go to the Olympics or strive to be a wrestling coach, and now you can wrestle with the ideals of being one of the greatest MMA fighters. And yeah, I'm telling you, that's motivation for sure. I always try to encourage parents to get their kids on the wrestling mats. You know, it's free, first of all, which is always great. I love free stuff. And and it just creates so much discipline at a young age. To be able to stop someone from taking you down, it's a great martial art to have, and I think it's one that should be started early.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, we got a female. Give her a round of applause, everyone. What's up, sister?
Well, first I wanted to say that when you walked out at 135 against Rampage and the song that they just played, it was basically when I fell in love with the sport.
Oh,
and like,
sweet.
yeah, because like before that I was like, oh, this is disgusting, you know, it's gross. And
Disgusting.
Then, like, it was
I take that. You should just take all that, man. You were doing good just a second ago.
and then like I watched that and it made me like fall in love with it. And I know you have a daughter named Olivia because that's also my name.
Libby's.
Yeah. And
Sweet.
so like I do MMA now like at college and everything and I really love it. And I was just wondering, like if your daughters grew up and wanted to do MMA, would you support it?
Oh, I totally would support it. I actually am like training them now to like punch and kick and stuff like that. So it was funny. One of my daughters, we just took her to the hospital to get a shot, and she actually started attacking me when I had to hold her down to get her shot. I was so embarrassed. All the nurses was like, "This isn't okay, Mr. Jones." I'm like, "I'm actually teaching her how to do this. I know what to do right now." But yeah, I love women in MMA. I think it's awesome. What Ronda Rousey, Miesha Tate, all these girls are doing for our sport is gigantic, and I think it's changing the world right before our eyes. So girls like
That's
you,
awesome.
obviously, yeah. So
Thank
we're
you.
stoked. We're stoked.
Yeah. Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
Hey, cheese.
Hey champ, how you doing?
What's up, brother?
Not much. Real quick question. What's the future look like for you? I mean, you've been dominating the light heavyweight class for a while. Do you plan on defending your belt for a couple times and then moving up and possibly fighting Cain Velasquez?
Yeah, for sure. Right now, I'm preparing to go into probably the toughest schedule I've had. You know, any of the next three guys they're monsters. So that's what I'm preparing for. Is just getting through Glover, Gus again. I know a lot of people wouldn't agree. I got to him the first time, and DC. So that's my schedule for now.
Awesome. One last question. Who do you think is going to take the Super Bowl? Broncos or
I
Seahawks?
got Peyton Manning winning
Peyton Manning?
with the Broncos.
Yeah, and so do I.
Yeah.
All right. Good talking. Thanks.
All right, man. Thank you. What's up, buddy?
Like they said, he just took my question, man, at the Super Bowl.
Think of something.
You mentioned DC, you mentioned Gustafson. What about a guy like Gegard Mousasi? Because I've been watching him for many years.
Yeah, Gegard, he's good, man.
You know,
he's really good.
I see how many tools he has, and I personally believe that's your biggest
challenge.
Biggest challenge, yes.
I don't know. It's hard to say. You know, I watched him when he was competing in Strikeforce. And it's hard to get a gauge on someone's talent when they're fighting at Strikeforce or any organization. It's not really in the UFC. No disrespect to any other organizations. But this is the highest level. So, you know, it's like me fighting at Strikeforce. He's like, you know what I mean? It's hard to see how good he really is. I haven't really paid attention to him too much since he's been in the UFC. But I'm sure he's going to be a great challenge when it comes. So I'll be ready.
Just one more quick one. Not to bring someone else's name, but we've seen what happened to Anderson Silva. After an injury like that, is that always on your mind now when you kick or take a kick?
Oh yeah, definitely not in my mind. You know, it was a freakish thing that happened, and it sucks to see such a great athlete go down that way. But no, you know, it's part of the sport, and I'm gonna keep kicking with these chicken legs. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's up, John? First of all, pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I just got two quick questions. One, do you consider Fedor Emelianenko to be the greatest martial artist of all time?
I think Anderson Silva is the greatest martial artist.
That's right. And
now, if I was in Moscow right now, I would say I think Fedor is the greatest martial artist since we're here in America. Anyways.
Okay. And my second question is, I actually compete myself in mixed martial arts.
You look like a fighter.
Yeah. I actually trained one of your former training partners, Mike Vicenzio.
Vicenzio, he's a good dude.
Yeah.
Were you at Iron Horse?
Yeah.
Nice.
So my thing is, do you think we're going to see a 225 weight class anytime soon? Because for a guy like myself and you,
yeah, that'd be great.
I'm walking around right now at close to 250. So for
we're not going to talk about body weight right now.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So
let's see. A 220 weight class, 225 you said?
Yeah.
I think that'd be great. It'd help out a lot. I think that gap from 205 to 265 is gigantic. I think you really see some really entertaining heavyweight fights if we could, you know, meet in the middle. Absolutely. Really big athletic guys, NFL-looking guys going at it in martial arts. I think it'd be cool.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, John.
How you doing,
Miguel
buddy?
from Jersey.
What's up, bro?
What's up? Do you still have hopes of boxing one of the Klitschko's?
Honestly, guys, I actually never wanted to box one of the Klitschko's. I was just talking junk, and it was fun. It was really fun. But no, I respect those guys so much. What they do is amazing, and you know, very high level stuff. I'm not trying to get killed. I'll stick to martial arts.
And what were your thoughts of Gustafsson winning the cover for EA Sports?
I thought it was great, man. It showed the power of that fight and what the fight did for the fans. You know, I get criticized about the fight, whether I won or lost all the time, but just the fact that the fans have meant so much to a lot of fans is like everything to me.
Rematch.
Yeah, it's huge build up for the rematch, and I'm really excited about it. You know, I'm really happy for everything that's happening in Gustafsson's career, and it makes me more excited to just stand up in my game and rematch the guy.
Hey, do you mind signing something for us?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll do that. I'm just sticking around after this is done.
John, how you doing?
Doing good, brother.
I know you're into that whole, spiritual lifestyle.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, I don't know if you remember me from a few years ago. You let me walk out with you when you fought Shogun. Thanks again.
Yeah, you were a soldier, weren't you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I do remember.
Yes. And coincidentally,
thank you for serving.
Thank you. You actually threw me your sneaker last year. I don't know if you had
You're
that
just a lucky
spiritual
guy,
thing.
huh? See
Well,
that?
we just say, listen, I'm not like man crushing on you. Or anything.
Call me big boy.
Yeah. I'm just saying, if the world was to ever go down, you
Dude, listen, a lot of my fourth buddies are military. We have a nice little crew over here, gun shooters.
Oh, great.
Meet me over
How
here.
you doing? Brothers in arms.
My buddy Gregory. Everyone give Gregory a round of applause.
Hey!
Thanks for serving, Greg.
John, but my question is, in 2 short years, you went from becoming champ and then defending your belt several times, and then there was a huge talk about a super fight. Now we have another New Yorker who just won the belt, and I'm sure if he keeps on defending it the same way you did, we're gonna have a talk about a super fight too. Wouldn't it be great to have a fight at Madison Square Garden for UFC 200 against Chris Weidman?
Dude, I think it'd be phenomenal. I think it'd be awesome.
And how do you think you would fare against a guy like Weidman?
You know, I got no reason to make comments about Whiteman. Everything you say, like up here, it gets brought back to the fighter. So I don't want to offend him. I think he's a great guy, but I'm very confident. I'm a very confident young man.
Would you be open to that?
Absolutely.
Oh, great.
That's
awesome.
my job.
I know, I'd be there, floor seats and all, damn it.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much, John. Thanks again.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for serving again. What's up, brother?
Hello, Mr. Jon Jones.
What's up, 50?
Yeah, it's my first ever UFC event ever coming to. You're awesome, man. You are the greatest fighter of all time.
Thanks, brother.
My question is, you have great kicking, great boxing, great jiu-jitsu, great wrestling. What is your best tool you think you have?
I would have to say right now, my kicks definitely won me that last fight. Great long-range weapon, offensive tool and defensive tool. So I would say right now my kicks and elbows are what's really helping me out a lot.
And second question, do you think Glover will be your toughest test you've had so far in the UFC?
I can see him being a really tough test, yeah. A lot of people may not, a lot of people may underestimate him. I think a lot of people underestimate my last opponent. I never did. I see the tools that these guys have, and Glover's definitely could be a really tough test.
Yeah. Good luck in your match. I know you'll knock him out.
Ooh. Try to do something funky. What's up, brother?
Hey, John. Luke from Rhode Island. Just saying what's up.
Nice to meet you.
I had a question about Chris Weidman, but he kind of just took it from me. So I guess my other question would be about success and how what your opinion is on it. I know a couple local fighters from Rhode Island, like Andre Suekoff and Chad Chadell, and I just want to know what you thought. It's like that question of, is it who you know or what you know? Should they aim towards their skills, or should they kind of promote themselves more towards the future? What do you think about that? And what it did with your life and where you are now?
Ask me a question again.
Well, about just success. Like, these are two very local fights, and they're popular in Rhode Island. But just like you were popular when you first started and putting your name out, should they just focus more on the training and wins and just dominance? Or should they focus more on promoting themselves and putting themselves out there, and just the more people they get to know?
Yeah, I would say to young fighters, it's just to never follow another guy, just to follow yourself. Follow your own heart, and whether it's coaches or no one should be the captain of like your career, you know what I mean? So just follow your heart. If you feel like you need to stay at the school you're at, you stay at the school you're at. If you feel like you need to go and train with other people, you train with other people. Basically, you gotta want it more than anyone else will ever want it for yourself. And that's what I did. I just, follow my heart. So that's my advice to them. Follow your heart, keep winning fights, and the marketing and everything else will come by itself.
All right, thanks, Jon.
You're my man. What's up?
What's up, John? My name is Roman. I'm from Staten Island.
Whatever.
I'm a great fan, and I would like to see you keep the title. I want to know, what are you going to do different against Gustafsson? Because he pushed you to the limit, and
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that guy's not going anywhere.
Oh no, he's definitely not going anywhere. Right now I have to focus on Glover, but I've definitely been working on a few things in my basement that will help me when we fight again. So I'll be ready.
And then another question. This started at 2 o'clock. Why were you late?
I'm on Brazilian time, guys. Nah, dude. Don't give me stuff. Say it again. What's up, brothers?
What's up, Bones?
Thanks for the support, man.
What's going on? Hell yeah.
Yeah, see you.
My favorite fighter, you and Chuck.
Thank you.
ITV.
Who do you think would have won between me and Chuck?
Oh, that's so hard.
Get out of here.
John, that's so hard because you
Out here right for that belly.
You throw it, you throwing body shots. Excuse my voice, I had the flu. I DVR the Shogun in your fight. I watch it every month. I love that fight.
That was a good one.
What's the strategy against Glover? Because he's not going to take you down. He's just going to stand with you.
You know, Glover's a great fighter, man. He's a total package.
Yeah.
And, I just have to be ready everywhere. And I just got to keep believing in myself. And, we all have tough fights, but, I've come a long way for a reason, and I'm going to continue to believe in myself wholeheartely. I believe that I'm younger and stronger, faster.
Yeah, you are.
Ambitious, man. And I believe I want to do well. So we'll all see. You guys just have to order and see for yourself what's going to happen.
John, every time you fight, I get the pay-per-view.
Amen.
John, why didn't you go in with Gustafsson with your energy that you used to the first 2 rounds? It seemed like you had an adrenaline dome.
Right, yeah, the fight was different. Everything about the camp was a little bit different.
Usually go in and, you massacre people.
Yeah, it was just a different performance for me. And, I did my part, I trained hard, but, creativity and things like that, I think it's all a gift, and sometimes we can't really control the way our art comes out, so.
Yeah.
I trained hard, I guess I had an off day, and against a really amazing athlete.
Yeah, I saw it, I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, not to make excuses, man. I mean, I had a great athlete that I was up against as well, so hats off to him.
His reach. John, good luck against Glover.
Thanks, bro.
Go in with energy, baby.
Yo, I like your cold voice, though.
Love you, John.
My man, love you too. What's up, my man?
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
My first question, if you move up to heavyweight, you do it for the title or you want to stay there?
If I ever moved up to heavyweight, I would hope to get a title shot right away against the best guy.
But after that, you're gonna stay there. You want to stay
Yeah,
there, even if you would lose.
It's hard to say what would happen. I would love to entertain the heavyweight division for the fans, but I also would want to do it just to try to call myself a heavyweight champion, a light heavyweight champ. So I would hope to go straight for the head guy, but that's not always how it works.
So you would give up the light heavyweight title?
Who knows, man? Who knows how it all work out? But I would do it properly. I would gain the proper weight and do it right.
All right. Another question: if you get the chance to fight again Gustafsson for the belt, would you? I mean, how would you think the idea to make a title shot in Europe? Because it was, I don't know when it was the last time,
Yeah, that'd be neat. That'd be neat. I'd be up to Dana White, but I'd be up for it for sure. Oh, you wrote your questions down.
No, I'm gonna make a quick review later.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you.
I got you. Hello, sister.
Rachel from New Jersey. I was just wondering, before you got into the UFC, was there any fighters that you idolized or looked up to, or anything like that?
Yeah, the funny thing about I wasn't really a huge MMA fan before I got into it. I was really passionate about wrestling, and through wrestling, I went to a party one night, a UFC event, and Chuck Liddell was fighting Randy Couture. And the way people were talking about Chuck, man, I was just like, whoa, like this is a real sport, like, you know? And subconsciously I always knew that MMA could be an option for me when I was done with school. So, yeah, I would credit Chuck for inspiring me to do this.
Very nice. And
Take back that stomach shot, little thing there, huh?
can I also maybe get an autograph and a picture? I'm sitting right there.
Sure.
Got the opponent.
Oh, sure. I'll be right down here for a minute.
Thanks so much. Good luck in your
I
next
got you.
fight.
Thank you.
Hello.
Jon Jones! What's up? You got a radio voice.
How are you, buddy?
How are you? What are you doing? Oh, the Mahler. I knew there would be one of you.
They say in Sweden, skål. That means cheers. Anyway.
Cheers.
What is your biggest fear, if there is one, with Gustafsson, as far as the game plan that you would go against him? And what would you do differently now, knowing what you've been through already with him for 5 rounds?
You know, I wouldn't say I have any biggest fears, you know. Having a fight like that Gustafsson fight, it's inspiring. It motivates me. And I'm excited for when it gets to happen again. Cool. I think it's going to be a real piece of work.
Good luck.
Thank you, brother. Enjoy your drink.
Okay, we can only do 2 more questions, so you, and then that's it.
Sorry, guys. Boo, because I was late.
Now let me tell you, John was doing the NFL Radio Row with my press team. Him being late has nothing to do with John. You can blame it on us, okay?
Hi, John. My question is, with the Juliana Pena incident, I don't know if you heard about it. She was wrestling and a guy jumped on her back and she ended up hyperextending her knee and tore her MCL, PCL, meniscus. And I'm wondering if, when you're training and you have a fight coming up, is there kind of like a set thing in the gym where it's like the people that you're training with know that they shouldn't be trying anything crazy with you?
Yeah, definitely. There's a definite etiquette in the gym. And yeah, I didn't hear about this Juliana situation. I think it's terrible, but
She's out for 2 years.
yeah, 2 years, it's terrible. But you know, it's the risk we take, and I respect her for even training with guys in the first place. But yeah, it's the risk we take, and I hope she gets well soon, and yeah, it's one of those situations, you know.
One other question. I was wondering what Thanksgiving dinner is like with your family.
Oh man, well we actually haven't had a Thanksgiving dinner together in years now, but our family is very, very
I
close.
could only imagine like 6 turkeys.
Oh, dude, food everywhere. Food would be everywhere. We just got back from Jamaica a few days ago, me, Arthur, and Chandler, and we shared a house together, and the grocery bill was ridiculous.
I saw the cliff diving online.
I know, I was so scared. I made that video this short of me actually jumping. That video was probably like an hour long of me standing over that cliff, just such a chicken.
Well, that was no joke. It was
real.
Yeah, it was quite hanging off the cliff.
Oh yeah, it was awesome.
Thank you for your time.
Thanks, sweetheart.
Hey,
What's up,
Jay.
man?
How you doing?
Doing good.
Now you've obviously changed the sport a lot from you know, your athleticism, your kicks, your elbows, all that. Is there anything that one, how do you feel about the cheap shots that people think that you deliver, whether it's like the hyperextending of the knee or the elbows? And 2, is there a move that you're thinking about doing next?
Well, I've definitely been practicing a lot of interesting techniques that I think can help my game out. And as far as what I think about the push kicks to the legs, it's like, it's a tool that I have, and it protects me, and it protects my mind and body, and so I got to use it, you know. It's like another brush in a paint bucket. So yeah. Cool. Guys trying to give me brain damage, the least I can do is give them a little limp, you know. Good
luck, champ.
Even trade-off. Thank you. One more question.
Yeah, we'll do one more. The girl she's waiting, so sorry guys.
Good lady. She's a lady. You're not even in line still.
Thank you very much. This is 2 questions in one, because they kind of go together. Who do you think won with Benson Henderson and Josh Thompson? And what do you think about MMA judging?
Judging. I think the MMA judging is, I think it's right on. You know, there's always going to be mistakes with any judges, but for the most part, I mean, no one's really worried about fights being thrown and anything like that in our sport. It's a pretty honest sport. People are going to make mistakes. And as far as the Benson Henderson fight, you know, I will have to watch it again.
Yeah.
I've only watched it once.
All right, thanks.
And I was at a party.
Thank you for being a gentleman.
Thank you, sweetheart.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say one thing to John. in public that he said one time that was truly inspiring to me. It was after I'm being sincere, after the Vitor Belfort fight, when you said, I worked too hard to tap. That was huge. I mean, just to have that mindset. I worked too hard to tap.
Thank you, Reed.
And I tell you, I saw that armbar.
That was a nasty one.
It was nasty.
Knock it out?
Yeah, and you won the fight too.
Thank you, Reed. I appreciate you.
So listen, the winner. Where's the guy with the Nike jacket? Man, when he talked about looking at that belt on screen, I got teary-eyed. So you won, all right? All right, ladies and gentlemen, Jon Jones.
Now you guys get to see some naked people.